As they approached the administrative building, Tanaka was able to get a better view of the exterior of the building. It gave off a modern vibe with how the glass and wood mixed together so well. Upon reaching the door, it opened automatically when it sensed the two of them. The interior was similar to the lobby outside the simulation. It was open, letting allow the artificial light come in. There was plenty of space for people to walk around, even if, at the moment, it was completely empty. Just like the previous lobby, there was an area for people to relax and watch streamers going about their day on the other side of the portal, while enjoying the sofas and chairs. There was also a kiosk that prepared drinks, though it looked different. It was much larger and it had prices displayed behind the Darlina who waited for customers. The drinks at that location do require the use of guild points. Darlina noticed Tanaka looking at the kiosk. The prices of the drinks range from a few guild points to 10 guild points, but those are far more involved when making them. I imagine you think of them being a dessert in a cup. The robot giggled. On the opposite side of the doors was a long desk with a row of Darlinas waiting to assist any adventurers. Don't you get bored? Tanaka asked Darlina, thinking how there weren't any adventurers inside the guild needing help from the robots. Darlina shook its head. There's still a lot of things that we need to do, even when we stand there. Since we're robots, we can access the wires remotely, allowing us to perform actions behind the scenes, it explained. Hearing that the robots were working even if they didn't appear to be made Tanaka think about the benefits of using robots instead of human workers. It also made her wonder what the robots were working on when they weren't helping out adventurers. Do we have our first adventurer? One of the Darlinas said with a smile on its face. You already know that's the case. The Darlina next to Tanaka grinned. We're all connected to each other. The one that had addressed them giggled, in addition to the ones next to it. Tanaka looked at the other Darlinas and noticed that they weren't paying attention to what was happening. They aren't ignoring you, the Darlina at the table said. Looking at the Darlina in front of her, Tanaka said, Sorry, I didn't mean to stare. Raising a hand, it said, Don't worry, it happens more often than you think. The reason why we all don't pay attention to you is that would be somewhat disconcerting, being watched by so many of us, considering we look the same. Do you watch what's happening in the other guilds? Tanaka asked, curious about the functions of the robots. That's correct. Sometimes we'll borrow a body in a different Darlina if the current one is busy with something else, the robot explained. Clapping its hands together, the Darlina next to Tanaka said, How about we get Tanaka a bracelet? Reaching below the desk, the one that had been interacting with them pulled out a white bracelet. It placed the object on the desk. Walking to the desk, Tanaka looked close at the bracelet. It was something similar to what she'd seen in the magazines. Upon close inspection, Tanaka noticed that it wasn't much bigger than her wrist. Is it okay if I touch it? She asked the robot behind the desk. Nodding, it said, Of course, that's your bracelet from now on. Not being able to help it, Tanaka smiled upon hearing that it was her bracelet. Reaching out, she picked up the right bracelet to allow her to get a better view. On the surface of the bracelet, there weren't any noticeable markings, aside from a black ring parallel with the object. Looking at the robot behind the desk, Tanaka asked, How do I put it on? My hand won't be able to fit through the opening.